PlanitEasy is an all-in-one travel planning tool designed specifically for advisors like you. Whether you're a solo advisor or a large host agency, PlanitEasy will organize your client trips, manage your bookings, track your payments, and keep all of your client details in one place. Instead of juggling spreadsheets, emails, sticky notes, and everything in between, everything is streamlined into a single, easy-to-use platform. That means less time on admin and more time focusing on clients and growing your travel business. Advisors using PlanitEasy tell us it helps them work faster, look more professional, and deliver a smoother experience for their travelers. Let me show you how it can fit into your daily workflow. This is the dashboard. It's a bird's eye view of everything you have going on in PlanitEasy. It's a great way to see your tasks that are currently due that day, how many trips you might have, any due dates that you might have, such as deposit due dates or final payment due dates. These are for clients as well as for the company. So any deadlines, any happy birthday emails or passport reminders will automatically go to your clients to remind them to renew their passports or just simply to wish them a happy birthday. And finally, some sales goals and numbers at the bottom. Let's move to the profile section. This is really going to be where all of your clients live. Your individual profiles, your suppliers, your internals, and your supplier database will all exist in your profile section. Now, there's many ways you can get a traveler within your CRM or your profiles. You can either have them complete a form, which automatically syncs to the profile section. We do have a Sabre integration, which has two-way Sabre syncing. So if you're a GDS user, you can integrate your account with Sabre and easily bring in those profiles using the Sabre sync function. You can manually add them in. You can use our import profiles function, which will allow you to import an Excel or CSV file. Now, let's have a look at one of our profiles. Daryl Dawkins is one of our clients. We can keep all of his basic information in here, all of his contact details, his passport information, emergency contacts, travel companions. So his whole family can be associated with his profile, but they'll have their own profiles just in case any of them want to travel solo one day. We can store his loyalty program numbers, his credit card numbers. Now, we are PCI compliant, so I can either add a card for him or I can view my card for Daryl Dawkins using tokenization. Otherwise, I can add a brand new credit card to his profile and save it securely. I can add loyalty programs, preferences, and really I can import any document to his profile that I might need. Now, within his profile, Daryl has different tabs at the top of his profile. The profile tab is the one I just showed you. The trips tab is going to show all of Daryl's trips that he's associated with, whether it's an actual trip or just a proposal that I've put together for him. I'll always have access to this history so that I can see what I've done for him in the past and access any of his trips and itineraries easily. The accounting tab is going to associate him with anything monies related, whether he's got an invoice in his name, a travel refund, or a supplier credit. All of that will be found in the accounting tab. Then we've got the forms tab. The forms tab is going to show me any form that Daryl has ever completed, whether it's something like this, like a traveler's information form, or perhaps a credit card authorization form that he's completed for me. Any of those forms do sync directly with PlanitEasy, so I can always access his forms section in his profile and see exactly what he's done. I can see what he's completed at the time of submission and have access to that easily. Now, our form builders are really easy. All we have to do if we wanted to add a trip request form, for example, is click Add New, and simply by selecting the boxes, I can pick and choose which question I'd like to ask my travelers. Now, If I want to uncheck certain ones, I can do that. And then if I've forgotten something that maybe PlanitEasy doesn't have, I can always drag a new field over to the form, to the bottom of the form, and just ask whatever question that is. So, what is your shirt size? And I can always ask that in different formats, whether it's just a yes or no question, a drop down, or maybe I'd like to just add a paragraph at the bottom of the form. So our forms are really dynamic in that way, and we can create really any form we need our clients to complete. Now let's move to probably the most popular form, and that is going to be attached to our dynamic booking flow. This is our proposal with booking flow option. So Experience Dubai is a proposal that I've put together for a client, starting with day 1, they're flying out, followed by their 4 seasons checking in. Next, we have a dining reservation at Sank Restaurant. Now, keep in mind that we do have Google integrations, which means any hotel, cruise, activity, restaurant, etc., all you really have to do is type in the name of the hotel, the name of the restaurant, and it'll bring in the images for your itinerary. Moving along, we have a luxury yacht excursion, followed by another dining reservation, a VIP tour to the Burj Khalifa, and a Cirque du Soleil tour. Now, if my client likes this, they can move to the right-hand side and view the options. The options page of the booking flow is a fantastic way for you to showcase all of the different options you are offering. For example, in this case, we're offering the full Dubai package at $19,900. I can add a deposit here as well. Or perhaps you just want to show different room options that you're offering. You want them to select from different hotel options. Or for example, if you're sending them on a cruise, maybe you want to send the proposal with multiple cabin options that they can select from. So here you can really do with this page whatever you like. You can even add a la carte style activities, or maybe, hey, do you want travel insurance added? So we can select an option, add it to our cart, click continue, and now it's going to bring me to the information page. Now remember that all of our forms do sync directly to the CRM or the profile section. So anytime we have a new traveler that completes these forms, they are going to be sent directly to the profile section. I'm going to click continue once I've provided my information. And now I have the ability to select which payment option I want. Now you can completely leave these pages off if you do not wish. If you just want a simple yes or no, I want to stay in the cabin versus the sea view, that kind of thing, you can do that. But if you'd like to collect a deposit or payments, you can add whichever payment option you're currently using. We are integrated with Stripe, so if you'd like to use that as a payment option, your clients can pay directly through Stripe, check, bank transfer, whatever other payment methods you're currently using, and of course, credit card authorization forms as well. Once they've selected their payment option, they're going to sign off on your terms and conditions and waivers and submit their choice. Now, once they submit this, they're going to receive an invoice, also branded with your logo, just like your itinerary and just like your form. We always want to keep anything customer-facing consistent, just to keep that professional look. So they'll receive an invoice that looks something like this, as well as a, hey, you have confirmed with your advisor. Now, all you have to do is make sure that it's confirmed with your supplier. Here's another example of an itinerary that I've put together for a client. This is for a Paris trip, flying in, day 2 arriving, getting picked up by their car transfer, checking into Four Seasons in Paris, followed by their day tours, whichever dining reservations they might have, day 4 activities, private tours, really however you like to create this. Now notice this does not have a view options because this is just a normal itinerary that the client can access at any point. All of our itineraries and proposals have 2 different designs. We've got the classic view, which has the image in the background, or the modern view, which has the white background. Let's talk about this experience Dubai trip. Now, I'll want to set some automated messages so that I don't have to remind myself to send my client those emails. So I can come to my automated messages tab and add, my welcome home and my 2 days before you go email. I can add that, and that will go out automatically based on the triggers. Let's say that I wanted to add a checklist for personal reminders. Perhaps they're going on a honeymoon, so I'll bring in my honeymoon checklist and pull this directly into my trip. This will set reminders for me, and they will be listed here on the dashboard tab, which is the same place that I showed you at the start of the demo. These are great ways to automate your messages, automate your tasks, and save yourself time. Building itineraries are very easy. Within the reservations tab, you can add specific reservations like your tours, your flights, your hotels, all within this planner tab. And remember, if you're integrated with Sabre, if you're using the GDS, you can simply just enter your PNR and pull in all of that trip information, which will automatically create those itineraries for you. Now, our advisors that do group travel love us. Let's say, for example, in the same trip, there are 88 travelers going. If I move to my Travelers tab, I'll show you just a few features we have, which allow you to manage groups no matter the size. For example, we do have a traveling with ID. If Lisa, Matthew, Helen are all traveling together, I'm going to give them a traveling with ID number 1. So anyone that has a traveling with ID number 1 is likely traveling from the same airport, etc. What I can do here is send a message to all of my group 1 travelers. I'm going to come here, select my traveling with ID number 1, and now PlanitEasy is smart enough to know all of the people included in that group number 1. Same thing with my group number 2. I know that these 3 people are traveling together, so maybe I just want to send them a quick message without bothering the rest of the group. So this is one way I can manage a large group. Another way is by marking my paid by traveler, so I can come in here and select exactly who's paying for what on this trip. And I can also export all sorts of reports to send to my vendors and suppliers. For example, a rooming list report that I can send to my hotel, a contact list report, especially for those bigger groups where we need to keep everybody organized. Our advisors that sell groups really love that they can keep all of their groups in one trip and manage all of those itineraries in one place. Here, I can even create multiple itineraries and sub-itineraries for this one trip. So if I have different people flying in, of course, from different places, that's not a problem. Let's head back to our dashboard and talk a little bit more about some of our other features. We do have the accounting tab. Now, accounting is very important. We want to be able to keep track of all of our sales, our commissions, our invoices, and this is a great way to do that. We have different tables that you can customize based on what you'd like to see. We have different reports that you can run and export. Your library section is a great place to store your frequently used reservations. For example, let's say that I have this hotel reservation. I've put a lot of work into it. I've added a walkthrough video, and I know that people will book this in the future. So I can save this to my library without a date. And now next time I use this reservation, I'll be able to find it in my library section. I can always update it and share it with my teammates so that they can add their modifications to it. Another way to work smarter and faster. We also have a thorough reports section for your sales reports, commission reports, etc. We have a whole commission section, which will allow agencies to track their commissions, claim their commissions, and reconcile checks. So we have a whole payroll section as well, where you can track which advisors are due which commissions. I also want to share that we have the PlanitEasy Advisor app as well as the PlanitEasy Client app. The PlanitEasy Client app is free. It comes with all of our subscriptions, and clients will be able to download this on the go. They'll be able to access their trips and see where they're going, and they'll even be able to use this in a non-Wi-Fi zone as long as they've opened their trip once. This is just an added feature that provides that tailored luxury feel when sharing these proposals or itineraries to your client. That concludes our short demo for today. We'd love to answer any questions you may have. You can find us at www.planeteasy.com, and we invite you to sign up for a free 10-day trial. We'd be happy to help you start building trips, explore more features, and even set up another demo, or as many as you'd like, to show you just how much PlanetEasy can do for you and your travel business.